Here we go. I'm gonna show stats buffed. What's up, guys? King Rich here, bringing you my Kingplar Stamina Templar build. This is a Red Guard Stamina Templar. I am also using Lycanthropy. Werewolf transformation is awesome on this build. You can use that if you want. You don't have to, but I do. Stats are 25k maximum health, 34k maximum stamina, 2200 stamina recovery, 4k weapon damage. That's buffed with Raleigh. I am using a Serpent Mundus. You can swap that over to the Tower if you want for more maximum stamina, or you can use the Warrior for more weapon damage. And I also use maximum health and stamina food, the blue stuff. Onto the gear sets, we're running 5 pieces of the Shield Breaker set, all impenetrable. You can get this from IC Sewer, Telvar vendor. I think they're 5k per or 8k per. Go with impenetrable because this is what brings the build all together. This build is really tanky because of major and minor mending, which increases healing by 40%, and also the damage reduction that you get through impenetrable. You also stack this with the champion point, and I'll show you that later on in a build video. So 5 Shield Breaker, all impenetrable, 1 Kina, light, 1 Bloodspawn, heavy. You want 5 pieces medium armor, 1 light, 1 heavy for your Undaunted Metal passives. We're also going to run 3 agility. You can go robust if you run health food. If you run drink, you want to make sure you get some healthy rings, but healthy is really cost effective. So if you can't afford robust, go with healthy, and also enchant all your jewelry pieces with weapon damage. You want as much weapon damage as possible. Our weapons are Maelstrom Bow, Maelstrom 2H. You can use any 2H. I'm using a Maul because I hear it's the best out. So I have a sharpened 2H Maul, and then my bow is Precise. Precise is actually really good on the bow because it increases your crits, and you're not really trying to do much damage from your bow bar. It's more so a buff bar, and it's used for survivability. Onto the skills and passives. Like I said, we're running two-handed and bow. You want all your class passives, so make sure you get that. This is a Red Guard Stamina Templar, so we get increased stamina recovery by 9%, max stamina by 10%, and Adrenaline Rush, which restores 1k stamina whenever you do damage with a melee attack every 3 seconds. Our number 1 ability is Wrecking Blow, hard CC, DPS. Number 2 ability is our Gap Closer, Critical Rush. Number 3, Biting Jabs. This is basically your main DPS. You want a Wrecking Blow, and then immediately after you Wrecking Blow, go into a Biting Jabs. If you have your champion points set up properly, your Biting Jabs will do 60% increased damage after you use a Wrecking Blow. You get 40% from the champion point, and then 20% from Empower when using Wrecking Blow. That's going to change next patch, but I'll update the build when that happens. Raleigh is one of your healing abilities. This also gives you major brutality and repentance. This is going to get your resources back after you kill somebody. And then we have our pack leader ultimate slotted on our two-handed bar. You can slot Dawnbreaker or Crescent Sweep. There's other abilities you can slot, but I use Werewolf Transformation. It's really good. Our bow bar, number 1 ability is Draining Shot. Number 2, Draining Shot is next patch is going to be a main heal. It's going to heal you really well. Also knock enemies back and CC them. It's also going to snare. So next patch is going to be really good. It's currently really good, but next patch will be even better. Restoring Focus, this gives minor vitality, minor protection, and it also increases your healing received by 8% and reduces damage taken by 8%. So this is a really strong ability. Shuffle, 20% dodge chance, Resolving Vigor, your main heal, and then Purifying Ritual. This is a purge. It removes DOTs and any negative status effects off you. And it also heals you over time while you stand inside of it. Next patch it'll also snare. So this is going to be even better next patch. Empowering Sweep is the ultimate. This is for outnumbered situations. When you get a lot of people on you, you pop your Empowering Sweep. It gives you a lot of damage mitigation and it also does a lot of AoE damage, so this is a really good ultimate to have. For your champion points, this is what brings it all together. You want 32 in a Warlord. This is if you have at least 500 CP. If you have at least 500 CP, you want to set up like this. But if not, you have to spread them out according to what you have. I put 32 on a Warlord. That's going to allow for you to get a lot of cost reduction on your abilities. And then you want 100 in a Mooncalf. This is going to give you a lot of stamina recovery, which is one of the main reasons why the stats are so good on this build. 35 in a Tumbling. This is going to give you increased, or it lowers the cost of your dodge roll and CC break. Then in a Blue Tree, we have 80 in the Mighty, 80 in the Thaumaturge. This is going to give you 20% damage on your jabs, also your Wrecking Blow, and this is going to give you 20% damage on everything else that you use. And then Precise Strikes, this is going to give you crit damage. You don't really need to pump too much into this, but after you get 80 into each, start putting it into Precise Strikes because that helps a lot. 60 in the Hardy, that's for physical poison and disease mitigation. And then Elemental Defender, 60 into that for elemental and magic damage. And also resistance, 47 in a resistance, because that's going to stack with the impenetrable bonus that you get from your shield breaker, and it's going to allow you to be very tanky. So if you guys like the build, do me a huge favor, like the video, subscribe, and comment any questions that you have below. Peace.